back to a Warhammer 40,000 battle report featuring Space Marines versus Craftworld Eldar. When last we were here, the Space Marines, looking past the Eldar, feeling as if they had defeated them, were again ambushed and overrun, destroyed, trounced, if you will. The remnants of that force,
beaten, demoralized,
who are beaten and demoralized, have stumbled onto this ruin of a city. And here they will go into this signal booth and they will call their ships up high and ask their friends in space to come rescue them. But maybe the Eldar will stop that signal. This is 9th edition Warhammer 40,000. So we rolled up the mission today, and it is going to be from the big rule book from 9th edition. And the mission is Cut Off the Head, and it is from the narrative missions in the back of the book. First, the Farseer and I had to drop objective markers. We're using those yellow phone booth looking objective markers that you'll see on the table. And then we had to allocate intel points to each of our characters. So Eldrad and Honey, they got 15 points each. And the Inquisitor, the Apothecary, and the Space Monkey, they got 10 points each. This mission has an action that we can perform, and that means one of those characters that is standing by the phone booth, they can perform the action. And what that means, it represents them, phoning up to space or trying to block the signal. But if you perform the action by the phone booth, then you score 10 points. And the action is, you started in your command phase, completed in your next command phase, score 10 points. So that's how that happens. There are two other ways to score points in this mission. The first is crucial intel. At the end of each player's command phase, that player adds up the number of intel points allocated to units from their army that are currently on the battlefield or that are currently embarked within a transport model that is on the battlefield. This is the number of victory points that player scores. This mission objective cannot be scored in the first and second battle round. So you get points for having your characters still living on the field. Can't do it in round 1 or round 2. And then secondly, intel lost. Each time a unit that had intel points allocated to it is destroyed, the opposing player gains a number of victory points equal to the intel points allocated to that unit. This mission objective cannot be scored in the third and subsequent battle rounds. So round 1 and 2, get points for killing. After that, get points for being alive. Get points for calling home. This is the mission. Returning today, we're going to start with the Eldar. Now, because the Space Marines aren't the stars, the Eldar have become the stars. Farseer, what are you bringing today?
Last week I rolled Troops Choice, so I brought some Dire Avengers. They're up to 10. Wraith Lord, Missile Launcher, Bright Lance, Flamers, Sword, 10 Rangers, 2 units of 5, 10 Banshees, spending your command point to make the Exarch the Exemplar at the Banshee Shrine, because she's awesome and should have 2 Exarch powers. And then Eldrad and the Farseer Honey are going to come with their normal powers, and 2 Wave Serpents, Shuriken Cannons, all vehicle upgrades except Spirit Stones, and then Scatter Lasers and Bright Lances.
Do these Dire Avengers have an Exarch power?
Yeah, they took Defend, so in close combat, you're -1 to wound them.
And that is a unit of 10, not 2 units of 5.
It's a unit of 10.
And this is Uthway, and they look good today. Video edit. For reasons we can't explain, there are 9 Dire Avengers today. And we're sorry about that. We hope that Dire Avenger lost in the warp will be found and returned to his Craftworld soon. And here today are the Space Marines with their new edition from the Inquisition, straight out the paint table, Inquisitor Greyfax. Now, if you're new to the campaign, you're going to be confused. But if you've been watching along, you know that at the end of a mission, the fates of men can be decided. And these 3 men here did not make it to today's game. They were maybe injured, maybe lost in the previous combat, but they don't get to come today. This is collectively 300 points of my army. And Captain Orpington, Chaplain Cooper, Unnamed Champion, we'll see you next week. As a mercy for being about 400 points down, my friend the Farseer has awarded me a free Jacario Weaponsmith to roll with Inquisitor Greyfax. For no reason at all, we get a Space Monkey. And every game's going to be better with a Space Monkey, right? Chief Apothecary McIntyre will be the Warlord today because he's the only character who's left. And then I have Attack Marines, Rhino, Assault Marines, Heavy Bolter, Assault Cannon on the Land Speeder, Vindicator Tank, more Tactical Marines, and this is the Army today. Things to know, in our campaign, some characters have upgraded, but there's not a lot of the upgraded characters on the table until you talk about the Eldar. Because the Eldar are doing fantastic, but the one Space Marine upgrade on the table is Chief Apothecary McIntyre is fast. He moves 8 inches. And he can, I have to look it up, he's fast. What I meant to say is he's +2 to his move and he can advance and charge. Then over here, the Eldar have been doing way better than the Space Marines. Honey, she's somewhere in the missions found herself a personal teleporter. She can deep strike every turn and stay 9 inches away from enemy models, but every turn she can just be where she wants to. Then Eldrad, he's got buckets of upgrades. He's -1 to hit because he's stealthy. He is +1 to his leadership, and he has a 6-inch leadership bubble where he shares his leadership with his men. He can fall back and advance, charge, shoot, psych. Eldrad keeps living through games. Eldrad is a machine. Eldrad is the scary monster that he should be. Now, we are deployed. Everybody deployed on the center line. The Eldar are here. The Banshees in the front boat, the Dire Avengers in the back boat. The Psychers here to buff the Wraith Lord. Back here, the Chief Apothecary and the Tactical Squad are holding on to the objective. They're looking to call up to the ships in space, see if they can get picked up. Landspeeder Tornado, that hasn't lived much in the recent games, is here. And we're going to see if we can't let him survive for a while. And then the Rhino is up front. Brave Rhino. But it's all I got. I'm down 400 points. So I spent a command point. Keep the Vindicator in reserve. It's going to come on from a table edge. Turn 2. The Inquisitor, the Space Monkey, and the Tac Squad are in the Rhino. These men are jump Marines that will jump in from space. And these are my characters who are either in the hospital or missing in action. We are about to roll to see who's going to get the very important turn 1. All right, important dice rolls here. Oh, the Eldar had the first turn. Still the command phase, gaining a command point.
Eldrad, because he's on the table, has a chance to yield me a command point, and he does.
Because he's the Fate Reader.
I'm up to my earballs in command points right now.
I should make it a point to note that I start the game with 8 command points because although they're not on the table, he is a warlord with a relic, so I had to pay a command point for his warlord trait and then a command point for his relic, and then I also had to pay a command point for his warlord trait, and I paid a command point to keep this thing in reserve. So I have 8 command points to start the game. the end of the Eldar movement phase, and these Banshees have moved forward like they do. They're getting very close to my men on the table. The Wraith Lord is, of course, moved up the table as well. And then the Rangers, I've said it right this time, have appeared unbidden here. Have appeared unbidden here. Dire Avengers have gotten out of their Wave Serpent. Now, if we perform this action, can he still use his psychic powers? He cannot.
No, he's performing action.
Eldar is
He's talking on
performing.
the phone to space, you know?
Eldrad is performing the action, so he is going to earn 10 points for his turn. Does Honey have psychic powers to cast?
She sure does.
And what is Honey gonna do?
She's going to cast Faithful Divergence on the Wraith Lord on a 4.
That's an
Totally
11.
goes off. So he will be able to reroll a hit roll, wound roll, or save throw. And then she's going to cast Guide on the Wraith Lord on a 7. And that doesn't go off, but I'm going to use her Runes of the Farseer. And it goes off. So he will reroll his hit rolls. Got like a cool sniper chip. And then I'm going to spend a command point so that she can use her last psychic power and give him a 5-up field of pain. And that doesn't go off.
When you spend a command point on that, you haven't spent one.
I got tons of command points.
On second thought, we're going to command reroll that Feel No Pain
Boom.
and get it on another 11.
Yeah.
Now we're going to shoot. We're going to start here with this Wave Serpent shooting at the Tactical Marines.
10 on 3s. And wounding on 3s. At your regular armor save.
All right, I'm looking for. I'm behind the barricade.
Yeah,
oh
you
no, I'm not.
What?
The entire unit is not in the cover.
Oh,
I have a man.
Of course, has to be standing on top of it.
Well, he does have to be standing there. He needs 3s. Oh, that's just dreadful. That's a man and a half.
Command points.
That makes me sad. Do I want to spend a command point on that just to save a wound? No, we're gonna let that go.
Feel no pain?
You're right. I do have a Feel No Pain. Thanks, Farseer. Looking for 6s. Hope I get 1, but I still lose a man. So here comes the Wraith Lord into Brother Rimshot Squad Attack Marines.
D6 on missile launcher for 5 shots that are going to hit on 4s that are moved, and wound on 4s for nothing, and then Bright Lance that hits on a 4, it doesn't hit, and then that's it for him.
The Emperor protects. Is there any more shooting to get done? Shooting at Rimshot with snipers.
4s, because we move them. And 4s, because we're snipers. 1 wound.
1 wound that I can save on a 3. And that is a save. It's at the end of your shooting phase.
It's the end of my turn.
That's the end of Eldar turn 1. You have scored 10 points for calling up into outer space, stopping the Space Marine signal. Space Marine turn 1 now. Space Marine command phase, Brother McIntyre will perform the action to earn his team 10 points, but it will also keep him from doing his cool apothecary stuff this turn. Brother Rimshot squad has stayed put. Brother McIntyre has to stay put because he's performing an action. The land speeders come over here to get some shots on the Wraith Lord. The Rhino with the 5 men's moved up just to give a little bit of cushion to McIntyre when he tries to get an action off again next turn. And then the debuting Lord Inquisitor, Katarina Greyfax, and Lars the Space Monkey. We put the Space Monkey in the window because we can get the laser pointer from the window onto the Wraith Lord with his fairly decent shot. Let's hope he hits. Anyway, it's just like last game. I'm getting surrounded really quick. I'm outnumbered, and it's bad, but we're Space Marines. Space Marines always win. So I almost walked right past it, but I have a Psychic phase. Inquisitor Greyfax can cast 1 power, and she is out of deny range, So she's going to put a regular old smite on the Wave Serpent. Here it is. That's a 10. The Wave Serpent takes 1 wound.
But I have 6 of feel no pain. And I make it.
Of course he makes it. No, it's the shooting. All right, here comes some shooting. And this is important shooting. The 3 tactical marines here will shoot their bolters at the Wave Serpent. And then
Dreams they will. -1 to hit.
Esteemed Brother Rimshot is going to put his shot into that Wraith Lord downfield. And so the white dice are going to hit on 4s. The red dice is going to hit on 3. And I really need my shooting to go well here. And we are going to can re-roll one of these. It'll be you. So we've done all right. The white dice will wound on 5s. The red dice will wound on a 3. Red dice is important. The red dice does not wound. I will spend a command point. Here goes my command point into the box. I need this to be a 3. It's a 3. And it's the tactical, or it's the Devastator Doctrine. So it's a -4 hit on your Wraith Lord. All right, it's just the damage. I've already spent my command point this phase. I want this damage roll to be a 6. It's a 4. 4 is acceptable. Here come the Uthway saves.
5 of feel no pain.
5 of feel no pain. Fortunate saves.
And I don't make a single one.
The Wraith Lord takes 4 wounds. Space Marine shooting phase. Brother Rimshot shot at the Wraith Lord, hit him, wounded him, did 4 wounds, left the Wraith Lord with 6 wounds to go. The Rhino put a wound on the Wave Serpent. The rest of the Space Marine army had completely ineffective shooting. Completely ineffective.
In my command phase, I gain a command point because it's my command phase, and Eldrad fails to yield me a second command point. He finishes performing his action, which gets me 10 intel points. Pretty cool command phase.
Pretty cool command phase. Eldrad has finished performing his action, and he's going to start doing his action all over again.
No, she's going to do the action now.
Gotcha. Does it have to be a different character to do the actions? Or can you do it with the same character all the time?
It just said, the rule just said 1 character.
Gotcha.
So, but I want to use Eldrad's psychic powers this turn, so he's going to take off running.
Is going to do the action. All right. Movement phase. At the end of Eldar, turn 2 movement phase. The Wave Serpent that was here dropped off the Banshees, who are now right at my front door. And then it has climbed to the top of this perch where it will shoot fire down at me for the rest of the game. The Wraith Lord has moved up the table. Eldrad has advanced and he's right behind him. Eldrad is up to something. These Rangers have stayed put, but these Rangers have come down and advanced out of their ruin. The Dire Avengers got out of their car, and Honey is still at the console performing the action. This Wave Serpent has backed up, and that is the end of the Eldar movement phase. And in the Eldar psychic phase, Eldrad cast Doom on the land speeder, and it went off successfully, and the Eldar will re-roll their wounds against the land speeder for the turn. Banshee's pistols into land speeder tornado.
Yeah.
Hits this many times.
They're
Toughness 6.
wound it on 5s. But we're going to re-roll our wounds. And that's going to be 4 at your regular armor save and 2 at -3.
Regular armor save is 3s. I make all of them. These are 6s. I make one of them. The land speeder takes a wound. What's next?
Next is the wave serpent sitting on top of the thing at the land speeder.
Oh no. Hate my land speeder, don't you?
It's just in the way right now.
It's because it's so cool.
And then wounding on 4s, because we're toughness 6.
Toughness 6, yes.
But re-rolling my wounds. And so that's going to be 6 wounds at your regular armor save.
Alright, we can save this. I want 3s. How did I do? What's the black dice do? Is that more dangerous?
No, it's
Just one wound?
yeah.
We'll let that go.
So 2 wounds so far.
2 wounds on the land speeder.
And then the Wraith Lord is going to shoot at the land speeder.
Wraith Lord shooting at the land speeder.
Missile launcher Bright Lance hitting 3s. Going to spend a command point on the Bright Lance. Both hit. Here's my command point. Wounding on 3s.
Rock.
Re-rolling to
On.
wound because your land speeders do.
You're going to do it again.
Both wound. This is -2 for d6. This is -4 for d6.
I can't save -4. -2 is going to be a 5. So hit me with that d6. 5 wounds. That is going to kill the land speeder. Oh, well.
I'm so happy I remembered, honestly.
That you remembered your doom?
Yeah.
I'm happy you remembered doom as well. All right. What else is going to shoot? Eldred's out of range.
These 3 snipers that can see the monkey through the window.
Shooting at the monkey? Why the monkey?
We'll shoot great guys. Hit her 2 times,
Just toughness 3.
and we wound her on 3s. And that's 2 wounds and a mortal wound.
All right. So I want to save the 2 wounds on 2s because I'm in cover. So she saves the 2 wounds. I don't think she can do a thing about the mortal wound. I'll look it up real quick because she's new, but I think she just takes that wound. So the Banshees are charging.
Yes.
Who are they charging?
They're going to charge the attack squad and Brother McIntyre. So I'm going to swing the Exarch and 2 girls at Brother McIntyre, and then the other 7 at the attack squad. 5, 6, 7. So, hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s. And I'm going to spend a command point. Oh. So that's 1 wound on Brother McIntyre at -3.
He does not save it. Does he get a feel no pain? He takes a wound.
And then on the attack runes, I want 4s.
Uh-oh.
And that's 5 at -4. Or minus.
I need 6s and 6s. I don't get any 6s there. I don't get any 6s there. That's 5 wounds on attack squad, and that's going to take them down almost to a man. Because that's going to kill you. You're dead. That's going to kill you. You dead. And then this next Brother Hansen has a wound. So that's the end of the Banshee combat. I have 2 tack marines and apothecary to swing back. This lady here should stand up. She did good just now. Stand up and be proud. You did a good job. Swinging back. In the combat phase, the tactical marines failed to cause any wounds on the Banshees. But Chief Apothecary McIntyre, he did 3 wounds, so he did a good job. That is the end of the Eldar phase. The Banshees have tied up the Chief Apothecary, so he will have to fall back, but he cannot perform his action next turn. So that's bad news. But now it's time for my turn 2, where my reserves are probably coming in. Space Marine turn 2 command phase. I've gained my command point, and then Chief Apothecary McIntyre is going to heal this brother because he's within 3 inches. And then for free, he's going to bring this brother, Sergeant Newman, back into the game because that's how cool it is to be a Chief Apothecary. It was a long Space Marine movement phase. This tactical squad is stuck. The Chief Apothecary could have hopped the barricade, but he's not gonna. He's gonna stay stuck in. These men got out of the Rhino, and the Rhino moved up just a little bit to roadblock the Wraith Lord. The Inquisitor has come down to smite some Banshees, and she is just within 24 to get one shot in at Eldrad up the table. My Assault Marines have come in back here, only because there's such a mob of elves over here. Taking them on with just 5 men seemed a little silly. But what did not seem silly is bringing the Vindicator tank in on this side of the table to try to end the threat of the Pulse Bright Lance, the Bright Lance Wave Serpent. So that is Space Marine movement. Now we're going to Psych. The Inquisitor is going to turn and face the girls that she's psyching. And she is going to smite. And it goes off on a 6. It's going to do just 1 mortal wound. I'll command point that, because I have heaps of command points that I never use. Now it's 2 wounds.
I want 6s. Make 1, fail 1. I lose a girl.
So we've lost a Banshee.
Ugh.
Now we move into the shooting phase. We've done a bunch of shooting. These men have nothing to shoot at. Pistol fire in here from the tactical squad, and the Apothecary killed 1 Banshee. These men have put a shot at the Wraith Lord for 1 wound. The Rhino has shot at the Wraith Lord and done no wounds, but I wanted to record the Condemner bolt gun shot that the Inquisitor is going to shoot at Eldrad, and she hits like an Inquisitor on a 3. So here's Greyfax.
4, because Eldrad's stealthy.
Here's Eldrad. Eldrad is stealthy, so Greyfax needs a 4 to hit him. But she hits him. She's going to wound him on a 4-2. But she fails to wound. Have I spent a command point in this shooting phase yet?
Spend a command point on something.
Well, for the sake of fair play, I'm just going to leave it. That's a shame. Space Monkey at the Wraith Lord. He misses. That's no way to do it. All right, final shots. The Vindicator tank is going to shoot at this Wave Serpent. How many shots does a Vindicator tank get? Come on, Vindicator tank. 3 shots. I suppose that's respectable. No, all right. I want 3s to hit. And I'm a master artisan. I have hit 3 times. I want 3s to wound. That is 1 wound at -3 for D6 damage on the Wave Serpent in the corner.
6.
And let's do that D6. Come on, 6 wounds. 3 wounds.
Those are going to need 6. And I make 1.
So 2 wounds on a Wave Serpent, not the best thing that could have happened. But now we're going to do some charges. First, I'm going to see if we can't get these Assault Marines in. Actually, no, we're going to do those last. We're going to put the Tactical Marines into the Banshees. And they are in... We're going to put the Inquisitor into the Banshees. And on a 4, she might not make it. Let's measure that. Oh, 4 will do it, though. 4 is just fine. What's up, Banshees? And then these Marines over here, who I wanted to save the command point for, they want a 9-inch charge. And they get Snake Eyes. We're going to spend that command point and get Snake Eyes twice in a row. They clearly do not want to fight today. Is that all of my charges? That is all of my charges. Coming back with the fight phase. So the Tactical Marines will swing first because the Banshees can interrupt. This is the squad of 5 men that charge. They want 4s because they're Banshees. I can reroll one of those. And then I want 3s because we're space marines. And those are 4 wounds on the Banshees. You regular say, Banshee.
4 ups.
2 wounds.
6 ups.
2 girls. Are you going to pay to interrupt?
Yes.
Here comes the interruption. So the Banshees swing back at Rim Shot Squad. Lots of
1
hits.
mortal wound.
Wow. Toughness 4.
For 4s. So that's 1 mortal wound, 2 at -3 for D3, and 1 at -3 for 1 damage.
All right, this is going to be harsh. Mortal wounds of 5 or 6. Nope, that goes through. And then, is this a regular wound as well?
Yes.
And this is all -3. So I save one of those.
So this one's going to be D3 for 2.
For 2, and then I get a 6. Nope, that's going to be a guy.
6 for the mortal wound.
Oh, 6 for a mortal wound, 2. Well, I would have had a 5 for that, and that's what that is.
And then this is a wound, and you get a 6 up to pay for that.
Do I get to save for it? No, it's already been wounded. So I've, what was 3 wounds all day?
Only 2 got through.
2 got through. That's not so bad, but it's still gonna be a man, and it's gonna be you, brother. And this girl has fallen down, but we'll stand her back up. And now it's time for the rest of these folks to fight back, and we're gonna start with the Chief Apothecary. I need 2 more. Oh, I need 1 more dice because I wasn't charged this turn. I'm gonna hit on 3s, no 4s, because you're Banshees. I can reroll one of these for a Master Artisan.
Don't you have a special, like, +1?
A command? Or
Oh, no, you set to defend when yeah. Remember.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that carries over now. Anyway. There's 2 wounds on your Banshees from your the Apothecary at -1.
5s. Fail both.
Fail both.
6s. Can you pull the 2 girls closest to Inquisitor Greyfax?
Uh-oh, no, she might not be able to pile in.
That's what we're hoping. That's going to be a morale check, though.
All right, we got to see how far Greyfax can pile in. But she can do it. She, where are you? Greyfax gets 4 attacks. And she hits on 3s. And she wounds on 3s. So there's 3 wounds from Greyfax at -3 for 2 damage each.
-3?
-3,
damage each.
2 damage each.
So the first girl is going to take 6 up feeling no pains, and she makes 1, fails 1, but she dies. The Exarch fails both and dies.
Well, the Banshees really tied up my whole army by themselves for a long time, but they have left the table, and now it is completely the end of my turn. And although the Banshees are gone, and that feels good, I'm behind on points. In the Eldar Psychic phase, Farseer Honey has remained on the objective. She's performing the action again this turn, so she's cast no powers. But Eldrad walked forward, and he cast Execute on the Rhino, and he caused a wound. And he cast Smite on the Rhino. He got a Super Smite, did 4 more wounds to the Rhino. He parried twice in the Psychic phase, but because of his Ghost Helm and being Eldrad, took no wounds. And then he also did Doom. He cast Doom on the Rhino. So it was a pretty successful psychic phase for Eldrad. Farseer Honey stayed and performed the action. Eldar moving forward.
Everybody's gonna shoot. Starting with the Wraith Lord.
Where's he shooting at?
2d6 flamers at the Rhino for 8 hits.
Toughness 7.
Wow, that sucks. We want 5s. That's 1 wound from the flamers.
1 wound from the flamers on the Rhino.
2 hits, 1 Bright Lance, 1 missile launcher. The Bright Lance wounds at -4, and I'm going to spend a command. I'm not going to spend a command point.
Alright, so the first wound, the flamer wound, we save. The Bright Lance is like -4, right?
Yep.
-4 I cannot do a thing about.
For D6.
For 2 more wounds. Down to 3. And another bracket.
And then the tank on top.
So much Deca. Deca.
That was 3.
Toughness 7.
So that's 2 wounds.
Wait, do you get to reroll shit because of this?
Oh yeah. That's 3 wounds.
3 wounds on my Rhino. Regular saves?
Yeah.
Looking for 3s. Oh no! Down to 1 wound to go. Ouch. But you'll still have to charge it.
Do I do it with the Dire Avengers?
Oh, maybe the Dire Avengers do it.
This tank over here, this tank right here.
Of course. I'm gonna pop smoke. -1 to hit. Let's throw that command point away.
I'm going to hit you on 4s then. And I'm going to spend that command point on the Snake Eyes from the Bright Lance and hit 1. And then I'm going to wound you
Tough as 8.
4s and 5s. So the black dice is going to be a 4. And it does not wound. But I get through 1 wound with the Shuriken Cannon.
Alright, that's going to be a 3 from the Shuriken Cannon. The tank is just fine. Just fine, not bad.
Just because they can all see it, I'm going to shoot all of the Rangers at the Vindicator.
All of the Rangers at the Vindicator tank. Here comes 10 dice.
It's kind of kooky, but...
Get some mortal wounds though. Wound on 6s.
No ones.
No wounds from the Rangers. How about those Dire Avengers?
Those Dire Avengers are... gonna see if they can shoot the Rhino.
Dire Avengers on the Rhino. Lots of hits.
Three, 4 wounds, and 1 at -3.
4, alright, 1 at -3 might just do it. That'll be a 6. We get it. And then how many regular wounds?
4 regular wounds.
4 regular wounds. 4 regular wounds. Come on, Rhino, live. No, that's the end of him. Come on, Rhino, let's blow up. No, that's the end of the Rhino, though. Good night, sir. Thanks for being in the game. Do you have any more shooting on this table?
Nope.
Charges. Who's charging?
Well, the Wraith Lord is going to try and make a really long charge into those attack marines now.
10-inch charge. Can you do it?
We're going to find out.
Not on an 8. Just going to command point, reroll that.
Command point.
Try to get that 10 again. That's an 8 again. We will live to see another day. Is that the end of Eldar turn 3?
Yes.
All right. We are going to morale check nothing. Space Marines turn 3. In my command phase, I'm getting a command point, and he would heal.
30 points because all your guys are alive.
I scored 30 points because all my men are still alive. So in my command phase, I got a command point, but the apothecary did not bring anybody back to life because he is going to perform the action and potentially score me 10 points next turn. These men have shuffled up a bit. The assault marines have come forward, put the flamer and the bolter in range of the Wraith Lord. The Space Monkey has not moved because he doesn't want to be -1 to shoot. And then the Vindicator tank over here on the other side also has not moved because it's gotten itself into a tank fight. Tank fight. But that's it. I'm thin on the ground. Missing men. Gonna get into my psychic phase because the Inquisitor has moved up here with these men so she can smite the Wraith Lord and take just one shot. Oh, I bet you she can't see him though. Gotta see if she can see Eldrad. Maybe. No, we love our house rules, and one of our house rules is wrecked vehicles become terrain, and it's a great house rule. So, and sometimes you can't shoot at Eldrad. Sometimes that happens. But you can smite the Wraith Lord. Here comes the smite. You are not in deny range for D3 mortal wounds. For 3 mortal wounds on the Wraith Lord.
I want 6 of these. And I take 3 mortal wounds.
That is the end. Oh wait, no. He's got 2 to go. Darn. Here comes shooting. In the Space Marine shooting phase, Inquisitor Greyfax put her Condemner bolt gun into the Wraith Lord and failed to wound. The Tactical Squad put all their guns into the Wraith Lord, brought it down to just 1 wound. The Assault Squad put all their guns into the Wraith Lord, failed to wound. Space Monkey Large put its gun into the Wraith Lord, failed to wound. But finally, Honored Brother Rimshot fired his las cannon at the Wraith Lord, put 4 wounds on it, and after Uthway saves, the Wraith Lord was brought down. And the last shooting of the turn was the Demolisher Cannon fired 6 shots, hit 4 times, wounded 4 times for 12 damage, did 8 wounds after Wave Serpent shields, and then after Feel No Pains, the Wave Serpent still took the full 8 wounds. The Space Marine turn is finished, and we're going to head into Eldar, turn 4, which the Eldar have the lead. I'm doing all right in the game. I don't know how I'm going to cut down the lead. Eldar command phase. The command point. Do you earn a command point being the Fate Reader?
I get a command point because it's my command phase. I don't get a command point, but Eldrad's still awesome.
And Eldar movement phase now. At the end of Eldar turn 4, the Wave Serpent has stayed put because he's in a tank fight, and tank fights always interesting. Honey, she's performing the action still. She's staying right on the box. These 2 squads of Rangers have stayed put. The Dire Avengers and Eldrad have all gone into the house. This Wave Serpent has stayed put, and now we're heading into Eldar Psychic phase. What you doing, Eldar?
We're going to start with Eldrad, because he's awesome.
Am I in deny range?
Oh, yeah, no, we're about to have a psychic fight.
Time for your psychic battle. I have 2 denies, and I have a +1 to my deny.
Eldrad is going to cast Smite on the closest unit, which is the Drakera Weaponsmith.
How many powers does he have? He has 3?
He has 3. You better believe that I'm going to use that Master of the Warp.
It's cast 4. And he knows Doom, Smite, Executioner, and Mind War?
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and deny this one. Go ahead and roll.
Deny Smite on the monkey.
Yes.
Alright, so I'm going to cast... it goes off on a 7.
7. So I need a 7 because I have a +1. Oh, I get a 6. I don't deny. The monkey gets smitten.
For D3. 2 mortal wounds.
2 mortal wounds. He's just taking them, and I think he's got 1 left. I'll check that in a second. What's the next power?
The next power is going to be Executioner, which I'm going to cast on a +1. That goes off on the closest unit, which will be
The Jacaria.
the Jacaria weapons. Yeah. So, looking for a 6, but it doesn't go off. But I'm Eldrad, and I can choose to reroll any number of dice, and it goes off because I'm +1.
Executioner, and then what you have left is Doom and Mind War.
Yep. So it does D3.
No, wait. What did I have to roll to deny that?
It went off on a 7 because I'm +1.
All right. You were denied because I'm +1, and I just got an 8.
Nice. So now I'm going to cast Doom on the unit attack Marines, or I'm sorry, the Assault Marines.
The Assault Marine's getting doomed. Out of denies, that goes through.
That goes through. And then now I'm going to spend a command point to master the warp. I'm +3, and I'm going to cast Mind War on
The Inquisitor.
Grave Axe.
All right. I can't deny you.
So that's going to go off on a 4, and it totally goes off.
So now this is a dice off.
Now it's a dice off, but because I'm Eldrad, I'm like leadership 10.
And she's just leadership tank because she's an Inquisitor. I got a 2.
I got a 1.
Yes. That rocks so hard. So we got to see about how many wounds the monkey has and chalk those up, and then we're going to move on. Oh, by the way, these wounds here, they should have gone with her. Those are her wounds. If she had taken one earlier. And then we're going to go on to, what's that? But Eldrad did earn a command point, so that's something. We're going to come back with a shooting phase.
Did you deny Doom?
I didn't deny Doom. I tried to deny Smite and Executioner. I denied Executioner. These men are doomed. Monkey's got 1 wound. Where's shooting going?
The Dire Avengers are the tank is gonna shoot at the Assault Marines.
Tank of them with the Assault Marines.
Tank at the Assault Marines, hitting on 3s. Yeah, good work. I hit all but 1 of the times. Wounding on 3, rolling. And so these are -3. These are your regular arms.
All right. What do the black dice do?
Nothing. They're just -3 if you roll.
Just -3. Oh, gotcha. All right. I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna put all these on the sergeant. He's got a 2 up. He's dead. I've killed the sergeant. And there's another wound. But I did kill my own sergeant just now. And that wasn't so cool. You gotta go, sergeant. Oh, my friend, the Farseer is always so good to remind me of the rules that I forget. Because I forget rules every game. But no. That is going to be that sergeant. He is dead. And then a wound given to you, brother. Who else is shooting?
Next up, we're going to shoot the tank at this tank.
Tank fight. Are you in a bracket at all?
Yeah, I'm in my lowest bracket.
I'm gonna pop smoke.
I'm going to hit you on 6s.
There's a command point for pop smoke.
Alright, we're going to hit you on 6s. Here we go.
Sweet.
Not any 6s. So...
So many Dire Avengers.
2, 3, 4, 5. 5 on the attack squad, and then the 4 on the assault. These are the attack squad.
Toughness 4.
So that's 2 at -3 and 2 irregular armor save.
We want 6s. We want 3s. We want 6s. That out kills 2 men.
And then on the assault marines, I'm gonna spend a command point. Everything hits. And we wound on 4s. Rerolling because you're doomed. And that's 4 at your regular armor, or 4 at -3, and that many at your regular armor.
All right, -3 are 6s. These are 3s. All right, and then I think I might have killed a man out of apothecary range, because the apothecary's range is only 3 inches, and I'm not gonna get it for the assault marines. How many wounds is that?
2, 4, 6 wounds.
So that's that many assault marines. That'll be a morale check. And then how many was this? This was 2, and he already had a wound. So you're dead. You're dead, and this wound carries over.
You're not small,
I would love that. Thank you. So that's pretty bad for me. Pretty bad for me.
I'm going to spend a command point to fire and fade my dire vendors.
Of course. Where are they going?
They're just going to retreat further out of range into the building. I think they got like 7 inches.
We're gonna roll up to morale. I've lost 4 here. That's a cocked dice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I shall know no fear. And we are good. This is 1 wound on him. These men lost 2, but there's a sergeant there, so it's fine. 6, 7, 8 is fine. And that is morale. Going into Space Marine turn 4. So at the end of the movement phase, the Chief Apothecary is going to use the Combat Restoratives ability twice, because he's a Chief Apothecary. We're going to heal the monkey. We're going to heal the Inquisitor. Then we're going to use the Combat Revival Stratagem for free, because I'm a Chief Apothecary. And we're going to turn this man to the game. And that's that. Brother Rimshot and Sergeant Newman has stayed put. Inquisitor Greyfax has taken the button, and now she is performing the action for those 10 points. These TAC Marines have just come forward to try to defend their characters. This lone assault Marine is going to try to get some work done somehow. But then the big news is that the Vindicator tank has come up here. It's not going to ignore him, because he can pop smoke and make him hit on 6s for the rest of the game. But I got a choice. Do I kill this tank and really help to defend what I have going on down here, or do I put shots into Honey? Now, if Honey dies, she won't be performing the action, and I'll catch up in points. However, Honey is carrying the Phoenix Gem, and if she dies, she'll probably stand right back up. I'll make that choice in a second after I shoot. Important stuff here, because I've already spent my command point reroll, kind of by accident. So how many shots does the Vindicator get? 3 shots at Honey. Hit Honey on 3s. I've hit Honey 3 times, wounding Honey on 2s. I've wounded Honey 3 times. Now she has a 4-up invulnerable save. She makes 2, she fails 1. Will you command reroll that save? Honey takes the wound. It is going to be D6 damage. I cannot reroll it. I didn't see which one it was, did you?
I mean, it had to be a 3 or 2, but you go ahead and reroll it.
On a 1, 2, or 3, it's a 2, and on a 4, 5, or 6, it was a 3. It was a 2.
So she's going to take 2.
And she's going to live.
And fail both.
And fail both of them, but she's still alive.
She is still alive and uninterrupted. That was some tense shooting.
All right, I have 2 more guns on the field, and one of them is Brother Rimshot, who can see way downfield and is in range of Honey. So Brother Rimshot. And the TAC Marine with him will shoot 1 bolt shot. Actually, Bolter Discipline can shoot 2 shots at the Wave Serpent. So, but the red dice is at Honey. Master Artisan. Everything hits. These are 5s, and this is a 2. 1 wound on the Wave Serpent at your regular save, and a wound on Honey, -3.
The Wave Serpent is a 3.
Takes a
And
wound.
Honey is going to be her 4-up invulnerable save.
Wounds on Honey. 5 wounds, Honey.
Needs 6s.
honey totally dies, keeping the Space Marines in the game. There are no charges. We are going to figure out the score, and then we are going to head into Eldar turn 5. So this game ended up being just way better than this game had any right to be. And what is the score now?
So it's 105 to 80 at the top of Eldar turn 5.
And who's in the lead? You were in the lead at 105 to 80? Wow.
But you, in your command phase, will have an opportunity.
I'll score 40 points because I'm performing the action, and I still have 3 characters alive.
Well, you have 2 characters alive.
I have 3 characters alive. The monkey.
Oh,
The-
you have some points on the monkey?
Yeah, it's 10, 10, and 10.
All right.
So if I keep my characters alive, you're not going to be able to perform the action because you're too far away, and you're only going to score 15 for having Eldrad. So you need to kill some characters in your turn. Otherwise, this game is going to swing for the Space Marines, and that's some drama. Working on it is going to be this Wave Serpent, Eldrad the man himself, and these Dire Avengers. Drama. Amendum, my Space Marine here, my Apothecary, he can't heal the Inquisitor. She's not a Space Marine. She still has 4 wounds. He can't heal the monkey. The monkey still has just 1 wound. So instead he's going to heal this brother here. But that was an oversight on my part. So yeah, the monkey's still down to 1 wound. And then the Inquisitor has 4. The Apothecary is still all right. And we're heading into Eldar's Psychic phase.
This guy's character?
He's a character.
What's his leadership?
Not as good as an Inquisitor's. Let me grab my tablet here. He's leadership monkey.
He's a leadership.
I'm going to guess 7. Leadership 7.
Leadership 7 monkey.
Yep.
Alright, we're going to cast Mind War on the monkey.
Mind War on the monkey. Is this going to be the one I'm going to deny? Yeah, I think I'm going to try to deny this one. Keep that monkey alive.
Okay, hold on. Let me see how many I need to cast Mind War.
Because really, you just need to kill 2 characters.
Yeah, I need a 7. And it goes off on a 9.
Oh, or do I save my denies for better stuff? Because 9, I need to get an 8. No, I need to get a 9. So it's got to be one better. And this is Mind War?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to let it go through. The monkey's going to beat you in a Battle of the Minds. The monkey is smarter than the wizard. You ready? 7, 8, 9, 10 versus...
10, 11, 12.
Darn. That's the monkey. Goodbye, monkey. Thanks for being in the game.
Then Eldrad, who's now +1, is going to cast Doom on the Tax Squad.
Doom on the Tax Squad.
On an 8.
We're going to deny that. And we do on a 12.
Peril.
I got one more deny.
I'm going to cast Executioner on the Tag Squad. I'm going to cast Executioner on a 7. Or on a 6. Because I'm +1. And that's
Something decent. Oh, I got to let that go.
for D3.
All right, I need just 2 5s or 6s. I just need to keep a man alive. But no, that's a man and a half.
And it does another D3. For 2 more.
That's 2 men. It's going to be you. And it's going to be you. And that takes away my lookout, sir.
And then I'm going to spend a command point to cast Smite. I'm now +2. And it will go off on a 3. It goes off on a 10.
11.
Cool.
Denied. However, you can shoot at whoever you want. Elder shooting phase.
I think all of the Dire Avengers are going to shoot at Inquisitor Greyfax. We're going to hit around 3s. That's a lot of hits. We're going to wound around 3s, which is refreshing. And that's not as good.
So these are my regular armor set. These are 3s. Oh no. These are 5s. Up, and that's her. That's the end of her. No, command point.
Oh.
She's alive on a wound. Alive. 1 wound left. What else you got?
Eldrad's gonna shoot a shuriken pistol at her,
Oh no.
and he misses. But I'm gonna spend a command point. And he hits. And he wounds at -3.
She needs a 5.
You win.
Oh, and the way you slice it, it's not it. She's dead. She's dead. All right. I painted her last night. And that's going to be game, really. We'll finish the game out, but that's going to be like a 30-point swing, something like that. But anyway, Inquisitor Greyfax, thanks for being here. Continue shooting, Eldar.
The tank on top of the thing is gonna shoot at the rest of the attack marines standing in front of Brother McIntyre.
All right.
And wounding on 3s. Regular arms here.
3s. We're good. Who else is shooting?
One squad of rangers can see Brother McIntyre, and the other can put 2 guys on the attack squad.
All right.
So the black dice are on the attack squad.
You want to shoot the other 3 guys at the tank? Just throw those real quick. See if you wound anything. Hit the tank a lot. Those are good. There's a mortal wound,
And a wound.
which is going to be a 5. So there's a wound, and then a 3. There's 2 wounds that guy just did to my tank.
And then this is all on the attack squad and Brother McIntyre. There's 2 wounds and a mortal wound on the attack squad. And 3 wounds and a mortal wound on Brother McIntyre.
Mortal wound's a 5. No, there's a wound. 3s. There's a dead man in the tactical squad. We'll check him in a second. Mortal wound on McIntyre. 5s. We save it. And then these are 3s. We're all good on McIntyre, but we do lose a tactical marine. Oh, yeah. 2 wounds. 6s. Don't make.
Still. And a wound on the tank.
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
gonna shoot at the tank with my tank. Are you gonna pop smoke?
Yes, I'll pop smoke. Thanks for reminding me.
I'm gonna.
9 wounds on the tank.
9 wounds on the tank, huh? Alright, yeah, I'm shooting at the tank. Wow, the Bright Lance hits. I'm gonna spend a command point to reroll the other Bright Lance shot. And then these wound on
Toughness 8.
a 4 and a 5. Bright Lance wounds at -4. This wounds at irregular armor save.
No, this is going to be a 3. -4, I cannot save.
For D6.
Bam! Wow! That tank is all of a sudden down to 3 wounds. Just like that. Good thing this is happening at the very end of the game. What else has to shoot?
That's it. We're gonna charge Eldred into the dude with the eviscerator.
He can't overwatch, he doesn't have a gun, and he can't see you. 7 will do it, I'm sure. Any other charges?
No, I think that'll be it.
Does Eldred want to have a combat?
Yeah, he's gonna have a combat. He's gonna hit you on 2s. And he's gonna wound you on 3s.
Two wounds and the man with the eviscerator.
-2 for D3.
5s. Oh, he's just dead. Bam.
And I'm gonna consolidate.
And is that the end of Eldar turn 4?
Turn 5.
Turn 5. So let's tally up the score at the end of my command phase and see if my turn is worth going through. We're at the end of our game, and it's an Eldar victory. It's 105 to 90, I think is what we just said. And the only thing really worth left doing, I have a tank over here that can do some damage, but the only thing that's really going to matter is if these 4 men can kill Eldred. And we're just going to do that real quick. We're going to start
Eldred's -1 to hit.
with Brother Ramshot in the attack marine and Sergeant Newman and his squad. We want 4s. Roll that. And then we want a 4 and a 3. The last cannon hits. Can you save it, Eldred?
You get 3 up involved. I'll save it.
He makes it. Darn. And then Sergeant Kevorkian will cook the plaz. Master Artisan. He hits just once. He wounds you at -3 for 2 damage.
I need a 3-up invuln.
Makes it. And then that's going to be it because I got 1 pistol left. I'm not going to charge because I won't be able to do it in charging. Well, sure, why not? Do the pistol.
I'm gonna Overwatch.
That misses, but I'm Master Artisan. That misses anyway. We're going to charge this Sergeant in.
Overwatch.
Overwatch.
Yeah. Eldred is on. Oh, he was on fire.
That's
with his
funny.
pistol for a minute.
So he makes it in. These 2 Marines are in. Chunk. Going to start with the larger squad. We'll have 5 dice.
You know I'm gonna interrupt,
I
right?
know you are.
Yeah. I'm gonna interrupt. I'm gonna smash Brother Kevorkian.
Want 3s, no 4s because you're Eldred. I can reroll one of those. I assure you that was a hit. I'll wound you on 4s because your toughness 4 you turn into crystal. No wounds on Eldred.
And I'm gonna pay my last 2 command points to interrupt.
Interruption.
And I'll hit you on 2s.
This is on the sergeant that hasn't swung.
Yeah.
Sergeant Kevorkian.
Hit you 2 times. I'll wound you on 3s. Wound you 2 times at -2 for D3.
T3. Sergeant Kevorkian dies. That is the way this game is going to end, with a final score of Eldar 105 to Space Marines with 90 points. We're going to do our end game in a second, and that game ended up being really good. Did you like the game? Did you have a good time with that one?
That was a hard mission.
It was a really hard mission. The mission was confusing a lot of the time. I'm really sorry about shooting Honey in the back.
That was kind of mean, yeah.
It was super mean, but that's what she gets for drawing all that attention. Anyway, let's get the notebook out and find out how we're doing. So now it's time for everybody's favorite part of the campaign, the consequences. Today was a good game. The Space Marines participated, they get a point. But the Eldar have won, and they get D3 points. For another 1 point. It's a slow catch up, but he is catching up. So now we have to find out the fate of our dead. It's the scary part of the game. I will roll first. I really would like to see the Inquisitor next week. I really enjoyed using her today. And she is in. She's released for duty. We'll see her next week. Honey rolls a 3. She has to sit out a game. She has been injured. We will see her in 2 weeks. All right, now this is everybody's favorite part, the upgrades. I had a character survive this week. Super excited about it. And Eldred has survived again because Eldred seems to always survive. And Eldred is toting around some serious upgrades. Eldred, you want to roll first?
Yes.
D20. For a 5, Gunslinger, you may shoot your weapon twice in the shooting phase.
2 shuriken pistol shots.
2 shuriken pistol shots from Eldred. McIntyre, come on, man, be cool. Gets a 14, which is Iron Will, just like Cooper. Immune to psychic powers and can deny the witch. That's exactly what I needed. Now, we have to find out what we're bringing next week. And if I roll another HQ or Elite's Choice, I'm going to lose my mind. Too many characters. Rolling D6. On a 1, we get an HQ. 2 is troops. 3 is elites. 4 is fast attack. 5 heavy support. 6 is you either get a flyer or you can choose something. And if you choose troops, it's a maximum troop squad, not minimum. Do you want to roll first?
Go for it.
I will roll first. No 1, no 3. That's a 6. That's a big deal. That's back in the game. That's a 3. That's an elite choice. Well then, that's a lot to think about. Anyway, that is the end of the game. The end of our show today. It was a way better game than it looked like it was going to be going in. The Eldar have won today, but the Space Marine will be returning next week with a big god machine.